Hey, Pastor Isai, how are you doing?
Good morning. Doing well, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, still at home like the rest of us, but I have
Same.
loved connecting with our youth pastors during this time. I was excited to talk to you, Pastor Isai, because you kind of have a unique position as far as pastors go within our beautiful conference we have here. You are a youth pastor, but you are also a worship
Yeah.
pastor. So, can you tell us what that looks like for you to be a worship pastor?
Yeah, absolutely. It's honestly a bit of a dream job for me. The whole thing, that we do is we like to think of it as worship our entire service, but I focus on the music. I mainly work with the volunteers who are serving as musicians and just to do it week after week. It's really cool. Actually, somebody asked me recently, like, what is the thing that I miss most, and it's just like it's playing with a band. It's seeing the congregation get into it. Like I honestly live for those moments, and I miss it. So as soon as this is over, we're gonna do an impromptu worship sesh somewhere.
It's clear that worship is more than a job for you,
For sure.
and leading people in that worship experience. So what has worship meant in your life personally, and why do you think it's so critical to the church experience?
What music allows you to do um is really two things. Well, a lot of things, but here are two things I'll say. One, it just kind of hits your soul differently than and it takes you to a place that words can, just pure words can't. Like there's there's something that happens when you add a melody to something that's so tied into our hearts. And so we can say things all day long, right? Like we can say, hey, like Jesus loves you, and I know this because I read it in the Bible, right? You can say this, but like when you put music behind it, right? Jesus loves you, this I know for the Bible. It just starts hitting a little bit different, right? The second thing is it specifically like communally, like doing music together, is that it allows us to say things as a community um, in a way that we can't together in any other form. Like all of us maybe individually can can feel shaky at times, but we can still go. And when the worship leader says, "Hey, like stand up, let's sing," you make the darkness tremble. Like you may not believe that in your life at the moment, right? The darkness might be real, but you're like leaning into the faith of the community, and music and worship allows you to declare that faith together. Like, are you hearing those dogs?
Are they your dogs or somebody else's?
No, they're across the street and they're the worst. They're so bad. Every single time a dog passes by or a person, they just go crazy. It's like, dude, you know this. You've been here for years. Like, you don't have to freak out. I wonder what they're saying. Hey, hey, dog. I'm a dog. Yeah, sorry. They're just gonna keep going. Another example is songs that talk about your self worth. Right? I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. Like, for somebody to not believe that and then go to church, still not believing that, and then together all of us are singing that about ourselves. Like, that's powerful, man.
Wow.
Feels
And
so
I can
free.
speak from personal experience. I'm not particularly a musician, but I can think of times in my life when being in a
No.
communal setting of worship music has lifted my spirits, has had a visceral and literal impact
Yeah.
upon me through the communal worship. How about during this period, man? This very interesting, pandemic, lockdown, quarantine, whatever you want to call it. During this unique time, what has music meant to you?
That's interesting. I I think I've tried to reconnect a little bit with just playing for fun and just to just for enjoyment, as opposed to produce something. So I've gotten up like several times in the morning. I've just like played, I've just like played by myself, which I haven't done in a while. Everything's, for something, for like a worship set, or I'm prepping something for a weekend service. But now I feel like I've been just kind of playing by myself for fun.
Are you willing to play something for us?
Let's do it. Let's do it. see if you guys can see here. Let me give me a thumbs up if you hear. Okay. Boom.
That was beautiful, man.
That's a hymn. It's called Sweet Hour of Prayer. Sweet Hour of Prayer, Sweet Hour of Prayer. Classic. Love it. Thanks, man.
What made you choose that song?
I don't know. Maybe the whole reconnecting to like to having fun. These are the type of songs that I started playing, at church, and it's a sweet song, man. Definitely leads you more towards like intimacy with God, with your relationship with God, and maybe it's reflective of this time, maybe an opportunity to do that.
Well, Pastor Isai, I speak on behalf of many when I say thank you for being a presence of grace, love, relationship. Grateful for you, and thank you for this time.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for the opportunity. Miss you, bro.
All right, we'll see you later.